I just added a few perfumes to my collection that I'm absolutely obsessed with. I am so happy they're in my collection, and I thought I would make a video just sharing with you guys my latest obsessions, my latest perfume obsessions, recent additions to my collection. So let's jump in. So guys, I have so many of them here and I'm not really sure where to get started, but I have to say there are, I guess all of them I'm pretty excited about. It's really hard to say which one I'm most obsessed with, but there is one brand from which I have never added a perfume from. So for that reason, I'm quite excited about this one. I just received this fragrance and I wore it all day yesterday. So I have one day of full wear to talk about. And I am obsessed, okay? So it's from the Italian fragrance house Gritti, and it is Tutu Blanc is the fragrance. I love the packaging, by the way, absolutely gorgeous. So I got this from Lucky Scent, and I love that Lucky Scent has the perfume house Gritti because it's a little bit hard to find. And this right here, I've been wanting to try this fragrance house for a long time. I don't know why I didn't just, explore it. But I am so glad to start with this, but there are several from this fragrance house that I've got my eyes on, and you will see in coming videos. Now this is, by the way, perfect for the summer, but before I talk about all that, let's take a moment to appreciate this gorgeous, gorgeous bottle. Oh my gosh. So first of all, it's in this beautiful packaging, but this bottle, you guys, okay, so the plaque is up here, on the front, what looks like the front, but it's actually the side. And this bottle is kind of like porcelain, which I adore. And then the cap is solid. It feels really solid, and it's got a kind of marble kind of look to it, which I really adore. Very, very, very luxurious, which I thought it was very unique to have, so this is the actual size of the fragrance bottle, but the labeling is on the side, what looks like the side, but it's actually the front, which I thought were unique. Now this fragrance, you guys, hold on. I am in love with this fragrance. This is so perfect for summertime, and it is different from the other summer fragrances, other warm weather fragrances I have. But I have to say, this is something you can carry on wearing. Like if you live in if you don't live in a place where it gets super cold, you can pull this off all year round, actually. So this smells absolutely amazing, and I can smell it right off the atomizer, but I'm going to go ahead and spray it because I try to do that whenever I can, and I have promised you guys I will spray perfumes on my skin or on clothes because that gives you kind of a better reading. Hold on one second. Oh, you guys, I love how gorgeous. It's just so, what's the word I'm looking for? It's such a beautiful, kind of a little bit powdery. To me, this smells feminine, very musky, and I can tell there is it is, I believe, grapefruit that this has in the opening, which is what I was about to say. It's a citrus that's not very sharp like bergamot or anything, but more refreshing like grapefruit. You can smell it, and there's that juicy burst of blackcurrant. Also, I believe should be in the opening because you can smell that right away. And there's a beautiful amount of coconut in here that I think is just so awesome. It's like just right. You can actually smell the coconut. It's kind of like So the overall feeling of this fragrance is like slightly refreshing, citrusy, juicy in the opening, and a little bit of like creamy coconut, and then it's a little musky, and it's a little powdery, and it also smells a little bit almondy. And I'll get there to that here in a second, why it smells almondy. It has jasmine and rose both, which are really pretty florals in here. Then it has a little bit of heliotrope, you guys. So that almond hint vibe in this fragrance comes from the heliotrope, I believe, and the powderiness, because heliotrope can be kind of almondy, has almond nuances, but sometimes a little bit powderiness. And I feel like maybe there's another powdery note here that may have not been revealed, but that musk is like probably white musk that's very crisp and, you know, robust. It's, you know, adding to that powderiness in this fragrance. Yeah, did I mention, so this has apple, blackcurrant, but also a little bit of raspberry, which I think is beautiful. And some vanilla, of course, some amber. It just, what it smells like is a very delicate, beautiful, slightly citrusy, powdery, musky floral with a hint of coconut. And the fruitiness is there too, but it's not like overly fruity, and it's sweet but not too sweet. Do you know what I mean? It's just so feminine. Like when I put this fragrance on, I feel just so pretty. Pretty is the word. I feel pretty when I wear this fragrance. This is a pretty girl fragrance, okay? I wore it all day yesterday. I love the muskiness in here, and I have to admit that this beautiful white bottle really goes with the fragrance, the juice inside here. It smells like what this bottle looks like, if that makes sense. Now this is Blanc. Blanc means white, obviously. And then there's Tutu, which it comes in the same kind of gorgeous, like porcelain-like bottle, but it's pink. So yeah, you get the idea. You know, it's that kind of really pretty fragrance. I just love the way it made me smell all day yesterday. It's not like your strong, in-your-face kind of fragrance. If you love a good, pretty girl, soft, musky, alluring, feminine, almost kind of bridal fragrance, this is the one for you. By the way, I wish I had this fragrance when I did my bridal fragrances video. I would highly recommend this to a bride on their special day. Actually, it's the bridal season right now. It kind of makes me think of like the prima ballerina, you know, type of personality. You know, pretty but in charge. You know, she's the main pretty dancer who takes the stage. She's pretty but she's in charge. Okay, so that's kind of what I think of when I smell this fragrance. Oh my god, as you can tell, I keep rambling. I can't put it down. I just absolutely love it. I have some good news for you guys. I have now a discount code with Lucky Scent. So if you want anything from Lucky Scent, now I have a discount code for you. It's Cleo10, and you can get this one for with that same discount code, or any other fragrance you want on Lucky Scent. I want to try next the Gritty's the cherry fragrance. It said Duquesa. I want to try that one next. That's what I want to get next. And of course to the pink bottle. Okay. Oh, here is another one I'm very much in love with, but now this one is the only odd duck, because all the other fragrances in this video, they are summertime fragrances. So the only odd duck is this one. This is actually more for cold weather. But you guys, before we know it, summer will be over, and you'll be looking for your cold weather fragrances, your beast mode fragrances, your strong, you know, balsamic type of fragrances soon enough. So I thought I would show this to you anyway. I just recently received this as well. Oh, I love the packaging, by the way. This is of course from the house Joyeux Unique Sensorial. Okay, so here is the fragrance, and I love this new bottle. So this used to be in a, I believe, a very black kind of like dark sexy bottle, but this is very regal, kind of sexy still, but very like substantial. I mean, it's heavy, you know. This is a nice heavy bottle. This is you know, you guys know how much I love Andueza from the same brand, and now this is Sexy Crush. This is their best seller, and for good reason, okay, because it's absolutely beautiful. This one, my friends, I'm not gonna even spray because it's a cold weather fragrance, more like towards, you know, end of summer, starting September. This is what that type of fragrance. Oh, this is, however, I wish I had this last, you know, cold months, the past cold months. Oh, this is absolutely gorgeous. It is a gorgeous, sultry, rose dominant fragrance, but it's not rosy. It's a lot more than that. It's a little incensey, a little smoky, a little balsamic. It's very beautiful. I mean, I'm gonna try my best to do justice to it by describing the scent in relation to the fragrance notes in here, because that's the best way to give you guys a good idea. This is your very balsamic, incensey, smoky, oriental, rose, slightly oud, vanilla fragrance. The oud is not screaming. It's not very like super strongly oriental, Middle Eastern smelling either. It's a kind of a bit more modern interpretation of that, I think. And I mean, that's probably the best way to describe it, but it's very balsamic, but it's absolutely sexy. It's like a seductress, you know, sultry, seductress kind of fragrance, in my opinion. I cannot wait for the weather to get cold again. Although I'm loving summer, sometimes when I get a fragrance like this, I want to, you know, kind of quickly reverse back to cold weather, so I can wear it. I mean, you can still wear this in moderation, like at nighttime if you're going on a sexy date, or you know, night out, you could still wear it. Just don't overspray and wear it at nighttime when the weather is a little cooler. It's a very like tantalizingly very addictive, very warm, again, balsamic, incensey fragrance. The rose in here is absolutely just gorgeous. I want to say it's probably like Bulgarian rose and rose de mai mix. I want to say this almost has a little bit of a hint of Kilian rose oud kind of vibe too. The rose in here is kind of sultry like that one. So I mean, I could just stick this stuff on my nose and just be like rocking like this and smelling this all day. Okay, I actually, when I received this, I did spray it on. Even though it's summer, I sprayed it on and I wore it. I mean, guys, it's gonna project to the other side of the room. Okay, it was on me until like the next day. I still smelled it on me. A little bit of it got on my like hair a little too, so it just wouldn't go away, and on my skin too. For days I was smelling it. This is after taking showers, by the way. So this is one that's going to linger and have this intoxicating sillage and last forever. 12-hour plus fragrance. Absolutely enchanting. Get your hands on it now, you guys, and then you'll have it for when the weather warms up a little bit more, right? And before we turn around, it'll be here, trust me. And I have the discount code for this fragrance house as well. I have a discount code with them. It's also Cleo 10, I think. I just checked the description box. It's always better to check my description box. Usually I link everything, so all you have to do is click on the link and use the discount code in the description box. So next I have a fragrance from the wonderful house Amouage. I've already talked about this in my bridal fragrances video and maybe one other. This is Honor Woman by Amouage. This one is a gorgeous, okay, where do I spray now? I sprayed that one there. I think I'm gonna spray on the back of my hand here. So this, you guys, this is just a very enchanting white floral, but it's not your average white floral. This is a very intriguing and a little bit almost sexy, yeah, kind of bewitching kind of white floral, you know what I mean? It smells absolutely gorgeous. It has a little hint of greenness, I feel like, which is perfect. And this makes for the best bridal fragrance this season, you guys. If you are looking for a bridal fragrance, you got one right here. And this is not your average bridal fragrance. This is memorable. This is kind of, I don't want to say sultry sexy, but very like, there's something, you know, like alluring about this fragrance, like underlying allure to this fragrance. I don't know how else to put it. I mean, it has the most enchanting, bewitching white florals, like Lily of the Valley, one of the most enchanting, bewitching white florals. Jasmine, of course, tuberose, there's gardenia. They're all like queens of white florals, they call it. They smell absolutely gorgeous, perfect for a bride, but this has a little bit of that sort of edge, you know, the little bit of greenness from the rhubarb in the opening. There's a little kick from the pepper. There's, you know, that kind of interesting fragrance. And then kind of like the Rouge Malachite, you know, has that opening kind of, without the rhubarb, of course. But anyway, and then you get the base, which has a little hint of incense in there, and it has leather, which is what I think that I'm getting. Like when I'm smelling it, I get that underlying allure, the luxurious feeling that comes from leather. I mean, when you put leather in anything, it's, you know, luxurious. It adds luxury, it adds sexiness, it adds that super, you know, that quality leather has. How do I describe it? It's absolutely stunning. I mean, what I have to say is it's a very interesting white floral with a little green hint, and with that leather, it's absolutely memorable. Very, very unique type of bewitching white floral. I think that's the best way to put it. Amouage, Honor Woman, if you're a bride, I highly recommend this one this summer. If you're a bride getting married this wedding season in the summer, in the warmer months. I have a discount code for you with Twisted Lily. You can get this on Twisted Lily with my discount. It's Cleo 10. I'll link it all down in the description box, okay? Make sure to check the description box. Okay, so another amazing discovery before I move on to the more well-known fragrances here. This to me is a very exciting discovery and a step into a very exotic world. I hate that word, by the way. Exotic is a little bit, you know, I wish there was a better way to put it, but really exotic is the only word that describes remotely what I want to say. It's like this magical Arabian Nights kind of enchanting world that I'm stepping into, and I feel like an Arabian princess with, you know, long hair, and I just, you know, was bathed in this like fragranced bath, and I stepped out, and you know, my ladies in waiting just rubbed me down with fragrance oils, and that's just really what these fragrances make me feel, and they make me feel absolutely 100% stunning, okay? Stunning like a queen, not like a girl, stunning like a grown woman, you know, a queen. So it is from Arabian Oud. I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with this Middle Eastern fragrance house. It's from Saudi Arabia, I believe. So you know, this is the kind of fragrances you get, you know, in places like Dubai and Abu Dhabi, you know. So really, like when we were going through Dubai one time, my husband and I, we were traveling to, you know, Sri Lanka through Dubai, and oh my gosh, our whole family, not just my husband and I, we stopped at these gorgeous like perfume oil shops in Dubai. Oh my goodness, they smell absolutely amazing, amazing. Anyway, so from Arabian Oud, I got these two things right here. I have to thank my husband for introducing me to this shop. Actually, this was it's a boutique. I smelled a few fragrances in that boutique, and I wanted to buy all of them. Now I would have too if I hadn't, you know, said one at a time and walked out. But anyway, and they're very friendly, nice people. So this is what it is. So this is the perfume, and this is the hair mist or the hair perfume. So this is Rosewood. Okay, so this is Rosewood, is the fragrance from Arabian Oud. I will link it down in the description box because they are a nationwide chain here in the US. Guys can get it online if you don't have one of their boutiques where you live. And oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, look at this. This is some substantial, like, I mean, this is wood, by the way. Did I tell you guys? This is actually like wood. It's like, feels like wood. Yeah, it has the texture and feel of wood. And this is kind of wooden. This is wooden too, the cap. This reminds me of Carna Barcelona packaging actually, but they had all kinds of different packaging. So this is, yeah, it's Rosewood. It's not Rose Oud, but Rosewood by Arabian Oud. You guys, this thing, if you are a rose lover like me, I absolutely adore rose fragrances. I think it's the most feminine and sultry note for women, bar none. Bar none, okay? And rose gets a bad rap from, you know, vintage rose fragrances. That's not what I'm talking about, okay? And this is a whole nother one. This is very exotic, very oriental. This one right here has a little bit of oud. It's that rose oud kind of thing, but on another level. I'll tell you what that other levels are, okay? But this is absolutely gorgeous. This one you can wear now. Probably not a very daytime kind of fragrance, but you can wear this daytime too. It's a very, like, it's very substantial and it's very long lasting. By the way, I wore this all day, the day we bought it, and it lasted all day, and it was in my hair the next day, and then I washed my hair and I could still smell a little bit. It's like one of those fragrances that does not go away. I'll show you. This is actually the hair perfume. So yeah, it didn't leave me until I washed myself several times, okay? Let me spray this. It's just, it is the most beautiful, why can't I use more words? I'm telling you, it's just, it smells like a very delicious, have you ever had like rose essence kind of desserts, like Middle Eastern desserts? So this smells like a very juicy, sweet, Middle Eastern rose essence dessert, but only the sexy, super feminine, sultry version of it, okay? This has this gorgeous rose with sweetness, lots of vanilla, so it's a very vanilla heavy rose scent, like vanilla rose scent, like rose vanilla. I don't know what complements rose more other than a little hint of oud, you know. So there is definitely oud, argwood here, but it's not like super strong in your face. It's a little bit more prominent on the dry down. The oud comes out on the dry down a little bit more, but in the opening and as it develops, it's that sweet rose that I smell the most, that I absolutely adore. And there's a little hint of incense in there, little hint. It's not smoky or anything, but little sweet. It's almost, the incense in here is almost sweet, you know, with that vanilla in there. And something else in here that's a sweet fruity note that I can't put my finger on. It's absolutely delicious. Oh, I love it. It's beautiful. So Arabian Oud, I think, I mean, like I said, it's from Saudi Arabia, and I don't know if they have a website that ships here in the US, but I do know that some of the distributors here carry their fragrances, so I'll find it and I will link it down in the description box for you guys. Okay, so I also bought the corresponding hair perfume. So this is the hair perfume, same scent, you know, it's not different, same thing for the hair. So here it is. This is just the hair perfume. It's same packaging basically. It's pretty substantial, you know, fragrance bottle. So this is for the hair. So once I sprayed the hair perfume on too, you guys, and the fragrance, I mean, forget it. It was on me until I showered a couple of times, okay? So it is like a 12-hour plus fragrance that's going to just last and last and last and leave a very intoxicating, oriental, Middle Eastern princess queen kind of scent trail. So the next fragrance is from House of Sillage. Actually, the next two fragrances are from House of Sillage. And this one, I don't know, this is the Mickey Mouse fragrance, by the way, from House of Sillage. I never pulled the trigger on these because I thought it was just like a gimmicky thing. Oh, come on, like, you know, Disney, whatever, collaboration. I don't need to fall for that, you know, like I don't buy into the marketing. Like even this next fragrance, I didn't buy it for the marketing. I bought it for the actual juice, you know. So I heard a lot of really good things about the juice, you know, in this Mickey Mouse collaboration. Disney collaboration, the Mickey and Minnie Mouse fragrances. So this, as you know, the same packaging as House of Sillage always has. I love the packaging, by the way. It's really nice. And here's the fragrance. Of course, it's a cupcake with the little Mickey Mouse ears. And this, you guys, is a beautiful coconut fragrance, refreshing coconut fragrance for warm, hot summer days, okay? So I never thought Mickey Mouse being a coconutty summer fragrance, okay? It didn't occur to me to put Mickey Mouse and coconutty summer fragrance together, you know what I mean? That was another reason I never bought this. If I actually paid attention and looked it up and I would have known that it's a nice coconut scent, I would have been more likely to buy it. So I'm gonna spray, I think here, so I already sprayed two here, 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 and here. So I'll spray it here. So this is a very, very refreshing, light coconut scent. It reminds me a little bit of Tom Ford Soleil Blanc, but this one I have to say I prefer over this Tom Ford one. They're very similar because I think this one, this one has coconut, you can smell the coconut, you know. It's there, it's beautiful. The coconut is like it's one of the dominant notes you're smelling in this fragrance. And it's actually a very creamy coconut note. I think it's coconut milk that's in here. And this has a hint of cardamom, like the Tom Ford Soleil Blanc. Apparently they love to pair those two together, you know, like a little hint of cardamom with coconutty fragrances. So, and of course that refreshing feeling right as you spray it on comes from the citrus notes like bergamot and mandarin orange that's in here in the opening. It's beautiful, like that refreshing citruses with a little bit of, you know, hint of spice from the cardamom, and that creamy coconut comes through. And this has a bunch of beautiful, I feel like white florals, including orange blossom, maybe some other citrus florals too. I smell a little kind of warm, sensual sandalwood on the dry down, some vanilla, not a lot, vanilla and tonka bean both, I think. Just like the Tom Ford Soleil Blanc, actually. Very similar notes. that the moment I sprayed this, I thought like even a better version of Tom Ford Soleil Blanc kind of fragrance. So I would recommend this over Tom Ford Soleil Blanc actually. So yeah, I don't know if I would. I think they're both, like, it's like, to me, I'm a fragrance enthusiast, so of course I'm gonna say have it both. But if you want to choose one, I think this one has a little bit creamier of a coconut. You know, I think this one is a little bit better. Yeah, loving this right now, especially it's summertime right now, and coconut fragrances are some of my favorites to wear in the very hot summer months. It's super refreshing, super coconutty, and it's like, you know, even for beach, it's a good one. An outing during summer, you can even wear it like on a yacht, you know, like you're yachting around, boating around, you know, in the summertime. It's just on vacation, whatever have you, you know. I would say lasting power is, I mean, projection is a little bit kind of like moderate. I haven't really worn it long enough to know if it's going to last more than the average expectation. Like, I wore this for about 6 hours one day, and that's when I fell in love. Again, I just, keep in mind, I just received this in the mail like day before yesterday. Okay, so I haven't had much of a chance to wear it. And then I have this beauty right here. I've already featured this in a video or two, but I haven't really kind of hauled it yet on my channel. This is Hufflepuff from the Harry Potter collection from the House of Siage. This, you guys, is the most delicious vanilla fragrance. It's actually smells like a very juicy pineapple-y vanilla. So like, it's like there's a juiciness about this fragrance. Oh, so good. Juiciness about this fragrance, but there's definitely pineapple in here, I swear. Even though I don't think it's a note that has been revealed, there is definitely a huge bucket of vanilla in here, because it's very like vanilla kind of sweet, you know. It's delicious. I mean, it's so, when you spray it on, you smell edible. That's really the best way to put it. Like, when I spray it on, I kind of want to go, you know, like take a bite out of my arm. It's that kind of fragrance. It makes you smell edible in a delicious kind of way, in a perfume kind of way, you know. Yeah, and like I said, this has juicy pineapple, although they have revealed another tropical note, coconut. So this does have coconut and a juicy peach note, which explains the juiciness. Maybe it's a combination of the Italian lemon and the coconut and the juicy peach that gives like the pineapple vibes, but I can't imagine it giving pineapple vibes. I mean, it gives definitely that tropical fruity kind of vibes, you know. I can't stop smelling it. Okay, I can smell it really well, but I will go ahead and spray it for you guys, because the only fragrance I wasn't gonna spray is the cold weather one. So let me spray it. Oh, this is so good, you guys. It has like, I think gardenia, some jasmine, some other beautiful white florals, loads and loads of vanilla, several kind of vanilla, I think, and then and a little bit, like a little tiny hint of woody notes. But I feel like there's pineapple in here that they haven't revealed. It smells to me like a very juicy, delicious pineapple cupcake, but only it's like a juicier thing. I know it makes no sense. It smells like a pineapple cupcake, but it's also juicy, so it almost smells like a pineapple cocktail sexy perfume version too. So I don't know how to put it. Like, it's that vanilla, it's whatever the fruity notes in here, you know, with the peach, and then the coconuttiness is definitely coming through. Really beautiful. It's perfect summer gourmand, this fragrance. It's a very beautiful, delicious, day or night you can wear it, and this projects really well, lasts quite nicely, about 8 hours, and a huge compliment getter. I have already worn this several times. I have gotten already 2 compliments on this fragrance, and people say that, you know, it smells like they want to eat you, kind of like it smells edible. It smells absolutely delicious. Okay, so you guys, those are the few fragrances that I recently added to my collection that I'm absolutely in love with. I have to say I am happy with each and every one of them, and they're very exciting, and that's like rare to me now at this point with 400 plus fragrances in my collection. You know what I mean? To be excited about fragrances, for them to be different and unique, you know, each time, to make me excited. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, because it really helps me grow my channel. If you think, oh, I don't need to subscribe because other people will subscribe, I'll just watch. But think about, you know, watching your YouTubers that, you know, produce content that you like, and every one of you thought that I'm not going to subscribe because others will, I don't have to, then we will not get subscribers, you know, and we will not grow, and we will not be able to bring you interesting content, because it's, you know, quite honestly, we won't be able to grow our channels, you know what I mean, to bring you bigger and better content. And also, if you haven't followed me on Instagram and TikTok yet, please do so. I would really appreciate that. I will see you guys in my next video.